Welcome back. It's Friday, March 24th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way. Let's recap yesterday. A solid 3-in-1 day. Westbrook does his job, and then the two bankroll builders easily cash. I think the bankroll builders are on like a 6-in-1 run. We will take that. Now, as for a loser, arguably the fishiest loss we have had all year long, probably all time in my sports betting career, because Terry Rozier over in points plus assists. Now, if you were looking and you watched the video later on in the afternoon, you didn't find Rozier on the books. He had no lines for basically like 2 p.m. Eastern all the way until tip-off. There was no news as to why Terry Rozier had no lines. All of his teammates had lines. He did not. And what happens? Rozier plays the first quarter, exits due to an injury, and doesn't play again. Yeah, that doesn't feel good to lose that way. I'll take it on the chin, but that is a little bit fishy. Arguably the fishiest loss I've ever had, but whatever. Not going to complain about it. Just was a weird one. Either way, we're going to dive back in today. We got 3 picks, 2 player props, 1 bankroll builder. If you are new, my name's Austin. Welcome to the Calling Our Shot channel. Go down below, hit that subscribe button, drop a like too. Appreciate you guys for coming out here. Now, thanks to my friends at Dimers, we have a great offer for new users at DraftKings. You can turn $5 moneyline bet in the NBA into $150 of site credits, free bets, just on betting on one team to win. How you do it? To claim, you sign up using our link at the top of the description. You make a $5 moneyline bet on any team tonight, and you get $150 in site credits if that team wins. Now, you just have to bet. It doesn't matter what the value is. I would recommend betting on the Raptors. I think the Raptors beat Detroit tonight. Look, the Raptors can't afford to lose. They need this win badly. And look, all it takes is for that team to win. You get $150 worth of site credits if they win. So take advantage of it. All the details are down below in the description. Appreciate you guys for all using our sign-up links. We have another one later on in this video. We'll talk about a no-house advantage entry and taking advantage of a free square they have. But again, only for new users at DraftKings. Take advantage. Links all down below in the description. Now, let's talk about today's NBA slate. It's a weird one. I won't lie to you. There's a ton of games left and right. However, there's tons of injury news, tons of teams going up against teams that don't care about winning. So we're going to stick to 3 plays. If I add a play, it might be in the pinned comment section down below and on our Twitter, and I'll obviously send it out to our All-Stars first. But just saying, this slate's a weird one. Be careful. Now let's dive into this first play. It's going to be Klay Thompson. I like his over 20.5 points, minus 105 on DraftKings. Now, I really don't expect this to go up any higher than 21.5, and I think that's full steam ahead. Go at it if it's 21.5. Now, Klay and the Warriors are back at home facing the Philadelphia 76ers. And like I said, a lot of teams with injury news here. Now, the Sixers, we have no idea who's going to play out there. Is James Harden active? Joel Embiid active? They have Jaden McDaniels. He's questionable. So they have a lot of different guys banged up. But what we do know is the last time we took a Klay prop, dropped 29 points for us and cashed the over. Let's do that again tonight. Now, like I said, the Sixers, despite I expect Embiid to play at least out of all those guys, maybe Harden's hit or miss, but I think Embiid at least plays. And when he's out there, they're a great defensive team, a team that doesn't give up a lot of points in the paint with Embiid rim protecting. But at the end of the day, who they're going to put out there on their best perimeter defender, DeAnthony Melton, he's probably going to go harass Stephen Curry all game long. So I think Klay has an advantageous matchup here, whether he's guarded by Tyrese Maxey or James Harden. I don't see PJ Tucker going on him, but even if they are, I think Klay can get his shots. And we've seen Klay. He's averaged 21.8 points per game this year. But the problem is when he's on the road, he really stinks. At home, he's been really good. Now, he cashed for us on the road when we took him against the Rockets, but Houston doesn't play any defense. But Klay, look, 18.6 points per game on the road. His splits are not very good. At home, 24.8 points per game. His splits are much better. So obviously back at home today where he's hit this over in 19 of his last 25 home games. Granted, a lot of those were without Stephen Curry, but since Curry returned, 2 games with Steph at home, 22 and 38 points hitting the over in both of them. In his last 10 games with Steph at home, well, he's averaged 25.4 points per game, hitting this over in 8 of 10 games. Now, you look at last game. Klay scored a big 9 points. Didn't even break double digits. I assume 10-plus points was probably like minus 2,500 or something. Minus probably like 6,000, but he didn't get that done. Only 9 field goal attempts. Wouldn't be surprised to see them try to get him the ball early and often in this one. And maybe we see a Klay, 10-point first quarter, and then he just needs to ride that momentum into the rest of the game. We've seen 8 of the last 10 shooting guards. First Philadelphia with at least 15 shot attempts also hit this over. I think Klay shoots at least 15 times today. I think Curry will be hounded by the Philadelphia 76ers defense. I like Klay. I think the volume will come back here. I like his over 20.5 points. I think this game is close. Regardless of who plays, give me Klay Thompson's over 20.5 points, minus 105 on DraftKings for just 1 unit. Now, let's move on to my next play, and this one's going to be a very popular one, so if you want to fade it, I wouldn't call you crazy, because it's Kelly Olynyk. I like his over 10.5 rebounds plus assists, minus 110 on DraftKings. Now, if it goes to 11.5, you're good there. You get my sign of approval, and I think Olynyk either crushes this line or he doesn't get it. I don't think the line movement really changes a whole lot. I think he crushes it, or he gets like 6. And that's the nature of betting on a Utah Jazz guy and Kelly Olynyk. Now, today the Jazz are going to be hosting the Bucks, and they're going to be without a lot of guys. The Jazz will be without Larry Markkinen, without Jordan Clarkson, Colin Sexton, and Rudy Gay. So those are 4 guys in their lineup that normally play a lot of minutes. They're not out there, and we've seen Olynyk play well this season, but also without those guys, especially as of late. In the last 4 games without Markkanen, he's had 12, 20, 15, and 18 rebounds plus assists. If you need an individual line, I lean his over in rebounds, but I think his assists is pretty decent too because he's been facilitating this offense when these guys are out. And we've seen over his last 4 games, just in general, Olynyk, 12, 18, 19, and 12 rebounds plus assists, hitting this over in 4 straight. So we know Milwaukee's not a great matchup for him. They're obviously a team with a lot of size. They're going to start Giannis. I think Chris Middleton's out, but Giannis will start. Brook Lopez will be in there, probably dragging away Walker Kessler from the paint. And then you got Bobby Portis coming off the bench. So they're going to play with a lot of size. I think Olynyk is needed out there. And we've seen over these last 4 games, Olynyk averaged 9.3 potential assists, 12.3 potential rebounds. We know Taylor Horton-Tucker and Chris Dunn, the 2 other top assist guys on this team, likely get Drew Holiday guarding one of them, Javon Carter guarding the other. So I think Olynyk maybe is used to kind of facilitate this offense, try to get his teammates some open shots. I think the Jazz can stay in this game somewhat, and hopefully Olynyk can continue to do what he does. He's been playing 30-plus minutes. He also probably gets guarded by Giannis, so don't anticipate him being too aggressive trying to score the basketball, but I think he can easily get us some points or some rebounds and assists. We'll ride with Kelly Olynyk over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. It's going to be a popular play, but I think Olynyk can come through for the kids. I love him. I think he has a big night. We'll take his over 10.5 rebounds plus assists. You want a triple-double long shot? No idea what the value is, but go crazy. I don't think he's getting one of those, but it would be cool if he did. Let's move on to the Bankroll Builder. Like I said, these have been hot. And we're going to only do one today because, like I said, there's really a lot of teams that are going up against teams that don't care about winning. I know these 2 teams care a lot about winning, and it's the Suns and Kings. And we're talking about these 4 fellas. Devin Booker, 25-plus points. De'Aaron Fox, 20-plus points. Domantas Sabonis, 15-plus points. And Chris Paul, 10-plus points. The odds are currently plus 109 on FanDuel. You should be able to get at plus value. DraftKings didn't have lines as I was recording this, but I imagine you can tail all 4 of these legs at the same on DraftKings and probably on other books. Now, let's talk about the over-under in this game. It's 241. This one's quite simple. The high over-under, and these are the 2 guys on each team that are going to have the ball in their hands a lot and probably going to shoot enough to get at least close to their regular lines. Now, obviously, sometimes you never really know how it goes. Some guy could have a bad shooting game, but I like the matchup here. And like I said, you don't put an over-under at 241 and not expect at least them to get pretty close to it. I think they get close here. Now, we'll start from the top and talk with the Phoenix Suns, then we'll go to the Kings side. But let's talk about Booker first because DeAndre Ayton sidelined for, I think, the next 2 games. Kevin Durant, obviously, still sidelined. So Booker, come on, he has to step up and score the basketball. If he doesn't score a lot, they're not going to be close in this game. And he scored 25-plus in 9 of his last 10. He scored 31, 44, 32, and 28 points in his last 4 versus Sacramento. Look, he's going to go out there. He's going to shoot a lot. If he doesn't get it done, whatever. I can live with it because his line's like 32.5, but he's going to shoot enough. I think he could easily hit his over 32.5 points, but I'd rather trust him to just get 25. I think he can easily get that done in his sleep. Now, Chris Paul, some people might say Chris Paul's sus and Chris Paul's sketchy, but look, he has 10-plus points in 9 straight games. Sometimes it's not pretty. Sometimes he ends with 10 or 11, but he's getting it done, and he has 10-plus in 20 of his last 25. He scored 16, 17, and 16 in his last 3 versus Sacramento. And with DeAndre Ayton out, he's not really looking to pass as much. I think he can get his over and assist and get a double-double today, but look, he's got to pass. He's not really, who wants to pass to Bismack Biyombo down below? Nah, exactly. I think Chris Paul will get to his spots. He'll get his open looks. The Kings don't play really any defense, so Chris Paul will have his shot opportunities. Just need him to knock them down. He's played well against this Suns team or Kings team before. I like Chris Paul to at least get his 10 points. He could have 0 at halftime and still luck into that. So let's talk about the Sacramento Kings side, the other 2 legs. Now, De'Aaron Fox has been hit or miss lately. He's had some games where he ends with 18 and it's just pain. But I think he gets over 20 here today, and he's done 20-plus points in 18 of his last 25 games. He's done that in 7 of his last 8 home games, so he's been very good at home. He has a decent track record versus this Phoenix team. This year, they played twice. He scored 18 points just 2 weeks ago against them, but that was a game in which the Kings got 65 bench points. Don't see them getting that again. And then the other one, he dropped 35 against them. So I think he shot 22 times in that game. He only had 18 points and should be able to get to the free throw line. If this game, they're losing this one, I think he shoots even more. I like Mr. Fox to get us at least 20. And then Sabonis, been pretty consistent, 15 plus in 21 of his last 25, 15 plus in 9 straight home games. And he's had 18, 17, 24, and 17 points versus Phoenix since arriving in Sacramento. So I like all 4 of these legs. Sabonis, sometimes he doesn't like to score in the first half. Sometimes he doesn't like to be too aggressive, but I think he can easily get us 15. His line's like 19, 20 and a half. So 15 points against Bismack Biyombo and the other guys that are guarding him. I think he can do that. I'll ride with these 4 legs, plus 109. I think it's decent. You know, it's not, we're looking for that plus value. The builders have been hot. We'll keep riding the hot streak. We'll take this one at plus 109. The Suns Kings same game parlay. Go get it done, fellas. Now, let's move on, and we got a no house advantage entry. I love my friends at NHA, as I'll abbreviate them to, but they got a free square right now. But the best part about NHA. So if you sign up using our code COS or the link at the top of the description, you get a 100% deposit match up to $100. It's available in a ton of different US states, so take advantage. But they got a free square, and let's talk about it. It's Jayson Tatum just score 1 point today, more than 0.5 points. Like Tatum, he's been hit or miss lately, but I think he gets us 1 point today, so I would certainly ride with that. The max you can bet on this is only $10, but look, it's $10, and you can get that deposit match. You can just put $10 in the account and roll with it, or maybe this cash is going to have 110 to play with. But the other legs I like, Austin or Kelly Olynyk, more than 6.5 rebounds. Klay Thompson, more than 20.5 points. And then the one I have not talked about is Austin Reeves, less than 20.5 points. Now, I'm fading Reeves today, and I know a lot of people probably will be on his overs, and I just think 20.5 is a little too high. I think his line should be about 18.5. But look, Reeves has been really good, but I'm not saying the NBA's fixed, although after you saw what happened yesterday with Terry Rozier and then Kelly Oubre and then Dennis Smith Jr., yeah, I'm just saying. And I feel like the refs have been calling a ton of free throws and giving, Austin Reeves tons of free throw opportunities. I just think, given how overblown it's been on social media, I think they maybe hold the whistle in the mouth and they don't blow the whistle on Austin Reeves today. So I lean it's under 20.5 points. I'll throw it in this no-house advantage entry. You can obviously have a more confident play. Throw that in there. Throw your favorite plays in this Jayson Tatum free square. $10 to win 110. I'll take a stab at it. I think it's got a good chance. So those are my 3 favorite plays. We're going to be riding with Kelly Olynyk over in rebounds plus assists, Klay Thompson over 20.5 points, and then Devin Booker, De'Aaron Fox, Chris Paul, and Domantas Sabonis to get their jobs done. A reminder about that DraftKings promo, top of the link in the description. No ass advantage at parlay, entry, whatever. We're going to have a great day. Have a great Friday. I'll see you guys back again, same time, same place, Saturday morning. It's a great day to be alive. Let's go 3-0 today. I'll see you guys back in the morning. If there's an added play, I'll be in the pinned comment. I'm not feeling like adding one right now, but we'll see how the afternoon changes. Appreciate you guys. Have a great Friday. See you guys back in the morning. Peace out.